And good evening, Striker. How you doing tonight? And two brain cells? Who are we talking about here? And good evening, Microman. And two brain cells. I'm afraid to ask how you would make that happen. Hiya, Carthus. How's it going?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, welcome to the podcast live. Thank you. We, the Podocasts, are your home for rational crypto news and objectivity, leaving emotion at the door and talking about what we like, why we like it, and where we see it going. We are not offering financial advice. Nay. We are telling you what we do, and that is all. We don't slow down. We don't let up. Full speed is our only speed. I am your host, Scott, pragmatic investor who has won and lost fortunes. And joining me, as always, is the greatest producer of all time, Belle. How are we doing tonight, Belle?
I'm having a fantastic night so far, Scott. How's yourself?
I'm trying to maintain right now. We had some giggles, guys, before we went live. So you got to let me kind of recover from this a little bit. We have a tendency to talk about what others are not talking about and bringing the focus onto use case cryptos because, as we know, these are what drive the market and bring innovation to a world that desperately needs it. The status quo, no longer acceptable, and it's time for a technological revolution. Welcome to crypto and welcome to the Podocasts. Thank you. So, it's been an interesting day. So I spent the day in the shop. I was not doing crypto today. I made a Sifchain video this morning, and then I was out in my shop making armor. I made a new pair of greaves. I tweaked up an Italian cuirass, and I was working on Emery's Bazabands before I just said, this is a lot of work, and I'm not really into it today. So, but I had everybody over today. So everybody was over at my house. We had Emery and we had Aaron and his wife were over, and we had everybody was here. So we were having some discussions. And one of the things that came up, I'm not going to call it out specifically because it's not my story. If Emery wants to tell it, he's more than welcome to. But it got me thinking about airdrops. Now, I look through my videos. We have 400 plus videos sitting up on this channel right now. I mean, that's a lot. That is a lot for a year, a little over a year and a couple months. And I want you to look through those and see if anywhere on any of those videos you see the word airdrop. Now, I'm going to tell you that you won't, all right, because I am not an airdrop hunter. I appreciate them. I see what they're doing. For the most part, airdrops are for visibility of the token so that they can get the word out. And it's tougher to, it's tough to do out here in the cosmos. So that's primarily what they're for. But there are some chains that gave these just insanely generous airdrops. And that led to kind of like a cult of airdrop hunters. So people are just absolutely going out of their way going for these airdrops. Now, I think that's fine. It's your business. But for the most part, you are putting all of your money into investments that you may or may not want. And you have no idea what the formula even is to compound your airdrop, to figure it out. So your money is in. It is locked until the snapshot. And at that time, you still don't know what you're going to get. So I'm not a fan of them. I've never talked about them, and as a matter of fact, I don't do them. I probably have airdrops that are out there for me ready, that I can go claim, but I don't make the investments that I make so that I can get airdrops. I don't do it. I'm in investments that I think are smart, money, that are going to grow my portfolio and so forth and so on. And even if I did happen to receive an airdrop, unless it was something that I specifically wanted, that there was a very specific reason that I was going for this, such as I plan to buy this when the token releases itself, I'm not going to go out of my way for it. Now, it's kind of turned into a thing. I mean, people are just absolutely going out of their way for it. I'm just not. I'm saying I don't. All right. It's effectively airdrop roulette or the airdrop slot machine. You have no idea what you're going to get, but people are passionate about this. And I mean, I could point it out nice and easy. We've had everybody on the show. We've been interviewing lots of guests, bringing them on, and the bulk of the questions are airdrop, airdrop, airdrop. How much airdrop, when airdrop, how to get airdrop, when snapshot, so forth and so on. And honestly, I consider that such a small part of the token that it got to the point where I was basically ignoring the comments, not because, I want to be rude, but because I personally don't care. It's not me. So I would just have to ask the airdrop hunters, why? I mean, I guess that's what I'm going for. If you were going after the, for example, like the Jackal airdrop, look, I'm a big fan of the token. I plan on buying the hell out of it when it comes up. That's me. That's my money. And I wasn't even staked appropriately to get the Jackal airdrop. But if you did, I understand why. But if this actually pulled money out of an investment that you might have considered a smarter investment, why'd you do that? I guess that would be my question. So I've always been under the impression that these things are done for visibility, so that people start looking at a project, maybe look into a project. Let's take the project apart. Let's go see what's going on with this. But we seem to be going a different way now. So I cannot say that I would be disappointed by any airdrop I get, because that wasn't the reason that I was making the investment in the first place. But if it was, I guess I'm asking if we got any in the audience tonight. If this is kind of like your MO, this is what you do. I really want to know why, because maybe there's something that I'm missing. And I get it. I see the tweeter. People talk these things up. And I mean, that's every other tweet is airdrop, airdrop, airdrop. Here's how do you get them. The most popular videos you're going to see, Cosmos videos, are all related to airdrops. So I get it, man. There is a good, passionate community behind these things. But I guess I would just ask why. I mean, is this what's about to happen here that clearly everybody else in the entire cosmos sees, but I don't see? So if I'm missing out on something, I guess please educate me. I've never claimed to be the be-all, end-all, and we don't give financial advice. So clearly I must be missing something. So I just want to know where your mindset is on this one. And honestly, if you've turned it into a small fortune, I'd sure like to know that, because I'd love to share it with the audience, and I'll even make the apologies for me not bringing this to you sooner. I just don't see the value in it. I will not go out of my way or pull myself out of another investment that I'd like to get into an investment that is not, advantageous to me to maybe or maybe not get something on the other end, man. This is for me. It's akin to investing in a token that you don't understand, or that you don't know, or that you haven't even read the white paper, haven't even seen anything. You have no idea. So I don't see the difference here, I guess is what I'm getting at. Now, if this is what you do, I don't tell you how to spend your money, babe. If this is what you want to do, this is your thing, good. Go. Be happy. You need to be comfortable in your investment. It's just not something that I do. But I'm legitimately asking you, what am I missing? Because it just seems to be such a thing with the air quotes, and I'm not part of that thing. So I want to know, am I just being, am I being intentionally obtuse here? Help me out. That's where we're going to put it. Belle, are you a big airdropper? I mean, do you go out hunting these things?
No, not at all. Not at all.
All right. I guess maybe I'm on an island here. Emery, do you go out of your way? Do you chase airdrops?
Man, I don't really know where to find them, to be completely honest with you.
Well,
I'm usually told after the fact, and then I miss out on it because I'm like a couple months late. So
yeah.
I don't know when they come.
We got a couple people on the podcast Discord. If you're not on the Discord, Bell, put the link in there. There's a lot of good information on there. But we got a couple guys that they are absolutely 100% Johnny on the spot telling the Discord about airdrops. This is coming up. This is how you get it. I mean, all of the information, they will just pour it on there. So if this is your thing, we do have a fountain of information. It's just not coming from me. And, you know, for what it's worth, it is the podcast Discord, but I probably speak on there less than anybody. Not that I don't care. It's just you guys hear enough. You know my opinions on most things. You don't even have to ask. I mean, you know, I do live streams. I do videos. I'm pretty sure you know where I stand on a lot of this. But the biggie is that the Discord has just outgrown us. It has outgrown me personally. We set it up as kind of a lark because the channel, I never thought the channel would go anywhere. I never thought that we would have an actual member. I never thought any of that stuff. So the beast that it's turned into, it has well outgrown me. And I can barely manipulate it. I know how to send messages. That's about it. Emery takes care of that. All right, Bell, we're going to keep it short and sweet. Short. 10 minutes for me is short, guys. All right, my monologues can go on and on and on. So we're going to keep it short and sweet because we do have some things that we want to get into tonight. But before we get there, Bell, do we have any questions, comments, concerns, observations?
Now, Two Brain Cells actually dropped a few comments relating to the airdrops. He
Excellent.
says most people don't have the trading capital and they want a good free start. Free airdrops give them a starting point. Wealthy investors aren't targeting airdrops. So, yeah, I guess that's where some of the logic comes in.
Okay, well, I'm happy to enter. Sure, I'd be happy to entertain it. I'm not a wealthy investor. I'm an okay investor. You know what? I'm all right. But yeah, it's the last. I guess the big mess ever since Juno, dude. I've been turned off from the whole thing. I mean, look what happened to that network because of this. So I've been pretty well turned off the whole thing. I don't think I'll come back to it. But anyway, Bell, please carry on.
All right, Buddy Dottie. Scott, what do you think of Shade Protocol and what do you think of Shade Protocol derivatives?
It's funny that question would come up. So I'm gonna pass. I'm gonna take a pass. I'll tell you what. I'll give Emery a chance to come in and save me on this one. I'm gonna take a pass, but I will direct the question to Emery. Emery, what do you think of Shade, man?
I don't know why I'm getting past this question.
Because you won't like my answer.
Yeah. I think Shade is one of the bigger of secret networks powerhouses when it comes to what's going to be happening with stable coins. And that being said, I don't have much of an opinion on Shade at the moment. I do own some, but I don't do a whole lot with it, but I'm extraordinarily excited for Silk. It's basically going to be something very similar to the Terra Luna, the Terra Luna platform, but with privacy first. So I'm super excited for Silk when that comes out. Being able to pay for things in a secure and private manner is I think it's really, really nice. That being said, I think that's the most thing I look forward to right now in the Shade protocol. That being said, Shade is the arbitrage token. I don't think it has a whole lot of use at the moment. But once Silk comes out, the pair together, I think will be pretty cool. So I'm excited for Silk when it comes out. That's what I gotta say about that.
Yeah, and I'd agree with that one. Again, if you go look through my videos, you're not going to see one that says Shade on it. You're just not, because right now it really doesn't do anything. And I get it, man. I love to have the 30,000-foot view and look way to the future to see what's going to happen. But I tend not to invest in a token if I can't see the use in it, and right now I don't. That's really all it is. I mean, it is all of those things. It's powerhouse. It gets a lot of visibility. It gets a lot of press. People talk it up. But I'm with Emery on this. I'm more excited for Silk. When Silk comes out, I'll take a better look at it. But right now, I mean, I don't even know if it's a governance token. I think it is. Emery, is it even governance?
I'm not sure. I'm not an expert in the Shade protocol stuff. So I don't know that for sure.
No, but that's a great question. Now, I'll tell you later or offline or in the Discord why I said that's such a good question right now. Belle, please carry on.
All right, Shane Hamilton, I'm in Rowan to a small degree. In your opinion, what would be too high to continue buying?
Oh, you know, you're are you asking me for a price prediction? Yeah, I mean, is that where we're going with this one? Look, they the neat thing about Rowan and Sifchain and what they're doing right now is that it's all on the table. Cards are on the table, so you're gonna have to use your own judgment on this one, because I'll tell you right now what Sifchain's doing is absolutely giving the finger to Bitcoin. I mean, you guys, Bitcoin is just up, down, and Sifchain has just had this marvelous little steady growth. We'll show you the frame. We all like that frame. You see that? When you're in an investment, this is a 24-hour bar. This is what you want to see. And when you break that out, aside from this, which was an API issue, they already talked about it. That's a 7-day chart for what happened. This is what you want to see when you're in a crypto. When you're in any crypto, it doesn't even matter what it is, but that's the kind of thing that you want to see up there. So is there a top on this one? Absolutely. There always is. Is it going to rise up and then plummet? Probably. I mean, it's crypto, man. This is what we are and how we live. Do I think that there is an awful lot of upside to this, regardless of the actual token value? I absolutely do. I mean, these are some explosive rewards, and it seems like Ascendance is doing precisely what they said it was going to do. I wasn't sure. You know, I mean, we can speculate, but until this thing actually hits the board, until it hits the market, until we start to manipulate it, we don't know. I mean, it's a wild guess. So it went from very, very easy to understand, 300% APR, 1,767% APY, and everybody got a payday on Tuesday. So it was very, very easy to understand, lowest common denominator, and people piled in because we were talking about this thing. There was like 20 million TVL on this thing. Now it's 120 million. So, yeah, a lot of people were pouring into this one. Now, will it continue? Right now, they're the only game in town. In Cosmos, they're the only multi-chain decks that's kind of running over here. I'm sure I'm going to get pinged. Somebody else will know one that I haven't heard of, and they're just going to rip my heart out. But right now, this is the one. I like it. I like what they're doing, and I think they're the only game in town. Now, what's going to happen to this when the latest osmosis proposal passes, and that is absolutely going to pass, they're going to start bridging Ethereum. So you're going to have to take all that into consideration. But this is one that's nice because you can literally do the math and say you're going to break it out over a period of 3 months, 6 months, a year with the APRs, with what you have, and you can build some variance into your tokens. Now, Emery's working on a side project, and that's the one he needs to finish up, where you could literally plug in token variance and make some educated guesses. It's probably going to drop here. You could just put it in and run your own token sim. But doing something like that with the rewards you get and the fact that they're auto compounding. So compound interest is wonderful. I mean, it is the strongest force on the universe, and Sifchain is doing that now. You don't have to go back in. You lost your Tuesday payday, but now you're getting your payday every 6 seconds. So I think I like what they're doing with this, and I think, you know what, we're going to turn this whole thing into the Sifchain discussion here. Emery, now that you've had some time to look at this, and by the way, this is me dodging the how high is too high. Emery, what do you think, man? You've had some time to digest this one, man. How do you think the Ascendance is working out?
I've unfortunately I haven't had as much time as I would like to review it, but I think Ascendance is good for Sifchain. I think it's I want to say, I can't remember who said it or who you're talking to, but eventually the new protocol that they are implementing is supposed to reflect Sifchain's true value. And if that's the case and you see organic growth, then I think it's been working swimmingly.
Yeah. And it was actually Eric, Secret Code Podcast, who said Sifchain is now the perfect DEX. They are doing what everybody else will be doing in the future. I didn't ask him. I didn't say, does that mean Hydro? I didn't ask him that. I should have really asked him that question. But yeah, you know what they're doing and what they poured out, it seems to be working well. It is generating an awful lot of value, and it is capturing an awful lot of value. That's kind of the kicker with this one. So
having everything paired with Rowan is working really well for them.
oh God, all the action. That's what I'm saying. They're capturing value on everything, every single transaction, every single swap fee, every single time they do a swap on here. Rowan is capturing value. I think it's brilliant. Is it going to hold, man? I don't know. I honestly, man, I don't know. Look, I'm comfortable enough. I was gulping up Rowan at 7 cents. You guys see it on my videos. Go back. The little frame I have right here that says how much the tokens are. That's my time date stamp. Aside from that, I don't care what the tokens cost right now. It's a time date stamp. So I can go back and say, hey, we were talking about this here. Just go look at this video. So, this thing could fall off 35% and I'm still up. So it really doesn't concern me. But I know that a lot of people are kind of piling into this. So, man, I'm very, very hopeful that this will continue and that this will hold so that more people can kind of reap the benefits. I mean, it's been a rough year, and we need a way to kind of claw back. Sifchain itself has been pretty well balancing my entire portfolio because I have a lot of my money poured in here. But yeah, I'm not going to give you a price, man. Look, you're buy to your comfort level. It's not a cop-out. It's just I didn't help you earn the money. I'm not going to help you spend it. Bell, please carry on.
All right. Azar Dos Muhammad, and I am so sorry if I butchered your name there. Does Rowan have an infinity supply? What do you think a good stable price is? And what's your opinion on the new updates on Rowan? You've already touched on some of that, but
I think we covered it. I like I said, I like it. It's not. It is well. I mean, it is inflationary. If you take apart their paper, you're going to see all that. I don't recall, and I really should have, but we'll take it apart. Yeah, I'm sorry. I think we summed up enough of that question. I'd like if you got a different angle you want to go at Sifchain, please ask that question. But I think we just touched on most of that. It hasn't been tried. I guess let me just leave it right there. It hasn't been tried. It hasn't been live even a week yet. So to be able to look at a 3-day block of data and say, yes, this is the way, it's going to the moon, it's never going to stop, I think that would be gross negligence on my part to even suggest something like that. So for where it is right now, it seems to be working well. That could be hype. That could be just more people pushing in. We don't know yet. So we're gonna need a broader chart of data before we can really say what this thing is doing or not doing. But again, for where you're going to buy into it, we're going to be hearing more about this. We really are. I'm starting to see Sifchain show up more in Twitter, not just from me, but from some of the influencers over there. So people are talking about this a little bit more now. So I don't know if that's driving price action. I hope not. I hope you don't base your investments on Twitter. But yeah, you do you, man. I'm going to stay out of that. Emery, anything you want to add, or are you going to stay that you've been too busy and haven't looked at it?
Yeah, I've been pretty well engrossed in my own projects, so I haven't unfortunately taken a look at more of the Sifchain like I should have. But they'll be here soon, and they'll be able to answer your questions better than we can.
Yeah, I guess that's probably the best part. We're going to have them on the show in like 2 weeks. So if you guys want to know anything about Sifchain, and we will have a larger data pool to extrapolate opinion from. But we're going to have Sifchain. We're going to have them right here on the show. You want to ask them, we're going to be bringing them to you. Save those questions till then, and for that moment. And until then, guys, just enjoy the ride right now. It's been a pretty good one. Bell, please carry on.
Corinthus, Scott, with the drop in Osmo, do you still consider it a stable?
Well, if I say yes, then I'm an idiot because the thing has bled off like 40% of its value. Do I consider it? Yeah, you know what I do? I do. How about this? I continue to pour money into Osmo. All right. It's not what it does today that I care about. It's that it holds a value, that it will give me a value. When I bought it back in November, I was hoping that it would appreciate a little bit by the end of next year because of the way it's being used, because of the APRs, because of what I'm doing with it. When I'm APR, my investment strategy, I am not investing because the token's going to go up. I'm investing hoping that it's going to stay flat. Now, that thing went up to $10, and that was great. It made my wallet look fantastic, but we had to know it was overvalued. I knew it was Emery knew it was overvalued. He was dumping. You never see Emery sell. Emery's up hitting the sell button as quick as he can. So we knew it was overvalued, but again, man, there's no good way to answer this. Aaron, your question sucks. But you know what? I'll take a stand. Yes, I can still consider this within my realm, within my range of where I want Osmo to be. I still consider it relative. I still consider it stable for my investing strategy. That's not a cop. That is the absolute truth. If I see it about $3, we might have a different discussion. But it's still well within the range of where my math tells me where my math tells me it needs to be. The price today doesn't matter. The price 6 months from now matters. And as long as it is at or near where it's at right now, man, it's fine. It did great for me. I don't need to see 100% pumps. I absolutely do not. Doesn't matter. This is not what I'm doing now. All right. If I was still day trading, I wouldn't own a single drop of Osmo right now. But I'm not. All right. I'm in it long, and it's doing what it needs to do. Again, a dollar up or down doesn't really affect my strategy at all. So, Aaron, that's a terrible question, but yeah, I'm still just fine with it. Belle, please carry on.
Ryan Vitesh, is SIF still working towards a market order system?
I don't know what a market order system is. Emery, do you know what a market order system is?
I think he might be referring to being able to sell on margin or buy on margin.
Oh, yeah. That's the
capital market devices, tools.
Yeah. So that's the stop limit, fill or kill, all that other good stuff. You know what they said they are? I don't know. We haven't heard a lot of chatter about that. That's kind of funny because that would have been awesome, because to have central exchange tools available on a DEX would have been absolutely wonderful. They haven't been talking about it a lot. So I would assume it's still coming. But again, you know what? We're going to have the man on the show in 2 weeks. Ask him. Because I assure you I am. I just didn't know that term. I didn't know that term. Belle, please carry on.
Guy with the pink hat, any thoughts on Umi?
Oh. You know what? She came. She showed up. She's there. Whatever this one's going to be doing long, I don't have a lot of interest in it. It's good product, all right? I'm sure they're fine, man, but I'm just spread I'm spread all over the place. I just don't have a lot in this one. I'll tell you what, let me take a look, and I'll show you precisely how much I have in Umi. Let me pull up the wallet. Give me a moment here. Emery, if you got an opinion here, go ahead and pop in. This is how much.
I actually don't own any Umi, so I don't really, I can't have an opinion on it.
This is how much I own, 4.59. That's how much I own. And again, it's not about the token. It's just I'm in so many of them, and I see greater value elsewhere. I'll just leave it there. Belle, please carry on.
That was actually the last question for the moment.
All right, then we can get into it. And you know what, guys? Look, man, it's Saturday night. We let our hair down. We kind of, metaphorical. That's funny because me and Emery are both bald. We're not bald. We shave our heads. It's a shut up. It's a choice, man. It's you know what? Bruce Willis is bald, and women still love him. That seems to be my argument. But you know what, Belle? You got a comment. We got a comment on one of our videos. It was funny. If you guys saw, I think the last live stream, me and Emery were having a go at Dexes. I'm still tired of them, man. You know what? There are so damn many Dexes, and go ahead, Belle. Take it.
I've actually got this comment pulled up.
Okay, go ahead and read it live.
This was posted by user Keenan Boulder 7 hours ago on the Crescent discussion that we had on the live stream last time. Yeah, but Crescent is a portal that allows the user to access good products that provide long-term yield. Saying there are too many Dexes is like saying Savannah, Georgia has too many shrimp boats. They all do the same thing, allow buyers to access delicious shrimp. Would you call them all shrimp grabs? Hey, that would make a good restaurant. Shrimp crabs. They could serve hot shrimp, cold shrimp, shrimp on a stick, shrimp salad, shrimp way.
Boy, he put some thought into that one, man. Look, I'm gonna fall back to my same position. All right, we'll take Savannah, Georgia. We'll say it. Let's say there's 1,000 shrimp boats, and they all go out every day. They fill their nets and they come back. Now let's pretend that there's 100,000 shrimp boats, and they all go out every day, and they come back with 1/10 of what they normally got because there's 100,000 damn boats out here. And guess what? Eventually, there's no more shrimp because you absolutely picked it clean. I'm just saying that there's only so much capital to go around right now, so I don't see the necessity for all of these dexes that continue to spin up over and over and over. Every day, I could do nothing but cover dexes. I could talk here one video a day, and I could cover a dex every day. If I ran out, there's probably 30 more in the pipe that are going to be coming, so I can continue to do this. There are only so many shrimp. So that's going to be my retort to that particular one is the boats are only so full. So, I mean, where's all this capital that's going to come that's going to make every one of these dexes explode? And I understand the generic term. These are very good products that provide very good yield. That's great. But there are tons of good products that provide very good yield, and they are all over. We cover most of them. We talk about most of them. But even these great ones, Umi, perfect example. You know why I'm not in Umi? I don't have any more money. That's what it is. All of my money is committed somewhere else. There are piles of L1s on osmosis that I absolutely adore that I don't have any money in because it only goes so far. There's only so much. So I honestly, I think it illustrates my point perfectly on this one. Emery, where am I off? You haven't talked much today, man. Come on, back up your argument.
I think you're off in the fact that you forgot that shrimp reproduce.
No, and I get that shrimp reproduce, man, but how often do they
so
reproduce?
There's always more shrimp.
I
don't know, but I think that I think that if you have that example of yours when you have 100,000 shrimp boats, people are going to float to their favorite ones, right? And the ones that don't get any value will fall off. I think there will eventually be not as many shrimp boats out there because people aren't visiting every single one of them, only the ones that they like.
So you're saying that even though there's all these dexes, only the good ones are going to survive.
That's my opinion on that. Yeah, that's what I think.
So only the ones that are are going to be less. So we're going to have a lot less dexes where I think we should be. Is that what you're saying? Look at him. Look at his eyes. He's considering this.
The only way to do that, though. No, I think the only way to do that, though, is to keep innovating, though. There's a reason why there are, so many different, so many different phones out there, so many different everything out there is to give people a choice, right? Because without choice, there is no incentive to innovate. And innovation comes with bringing out new products, and bringing out new products creates that new cycle of innovation again. So that's my opinion on that.
Oh, and I see that, man. Look, we're looking at it right now with Sifchain. We're looking right at it right now with Sifchain, with something that is very innovative. Now, it's not the only game in town because ThePodocasts does this as well, but it's the only one over here on Cosmos that's doing it. So, I mean,
I appeal to different people too. Going to appeal to different people.
Oh, absolutely.
There are people out there who are going to use Sifchain and not ThePodocasts. There are going to be people who do the exact opposite. It just depends on what flavor of ice cream you like. That's what it boils down to. So, the people who like Ethereum and really only stay in Ethereum, they're not going to use something like Osmosis. There's an Ethereum version of Osmosis out there somewhere. I don't know what it is. I don't use Ethereum, but it exists out there because only those people use that. I only use Osmosis for the most part. And Sifchain for the most part for Cosmos because I don't use a whole lot of Ethereum tokens. So when it just boils down to preference, I suppose. So, and I think multiple can exist in the same space and not be competitive. Definitely complementary. I don't consider Osmosis and Sifchain competitors by any means right now. So I think they can coexist pretty nicely, at least for the moment.
Oh, and absolutely they can. But you're talking about different products here. So you could say one bridges. They're both bridges. So yeah, you could certainly make that argument. But right now, Osmosis doesn't bridge Ethereum. So there's none of that coming around. But
Yeah, they will soon.
they will very, very
It's coming.
soon. So I want to pair it back to that. When we were talking about Sifchain, man, you guys got to be aware this will pass. This is absolutely going to pass. And
yeah.
what Osmosis does is they move fast. So when these guys, the proposal passes, that proposal was written up after the method was already completed. It's already been, they're already done it. It's not like we're going to propose for us to design it and come up with it. This is done and working now. So when that proposal passes, you're going to see this coming in ricky-tick. Now, at that point in time, Emery, would you consider Osmosis and Sifchain kind of competitors?
I'm not sure. It depends on what it looks like and what they do. I don't know if they're going to cover the same kind of tokens as Sifchain does. If they cover the exact same tokens or the exact same thing, then, maybe. But right now, Osmosis doesn't even capture all of its own value. And by that, I mean the pools over on Osmosis, not all of them are paired with Osmo. In fact, I don't even think most of them are.
No, we can take a look. Go ahead, keep talking, man. We're just gonna third screen this one, man. We'll take a look.
Yeah, I don't believe most of them are anyway.
No,
I could be wrong, but I'm willing to bet that.
Yeah,
but with yeah, go ahead.
Well, I'm not a good one to use as an example because I'm showing them my pools right now, and you see how effectively everything is paired with Osmo. I like to pair with native tokens.
Yeah, sure.
Osmo's the native token.
Right, yeah, and I think that's absolutely a good investment. I'm just talking about the Osmosis platform in general. I'm not quite sure if half the pools are have Osmo as one of the pairs. But it's definitely not the case with Sifchain. Sifchain, that's all there is.
No. Sifchain, everything. Yeah. Look, here's the Sifchain pools. Everything. See how nice that works all the way up and down, row in. So that is clever, though, because they capture value from each and every single transaction. Anything that happens on Sifchain, they capture value from it because everything is going through Rowan. So, Osmo absolutely does not do that because here we go. Regen Atom, NGM, Electronic Euro. I mean, there's tons of these pools on here.
And even for a while, you didn't have to use Osmo to swap, right? So the swapping mechanism didn't even capture the value, right? So so I think they only recently started charging people to swap, but even still, you can choose to not pay a fee and use the low transaction speed.
Oh, yeah. Here you go. We'll show you guys. So I happen to have some Osmo, so we're going to swap a little bit of it for some UST because we're going to go do something fun here in just a minute. So let me swap the Osmo for... Why don't I actually put UST in there and hit enter? I'm sorry, guys, man. It's Saturday night. And we're going to swap the... you know what? We'll swap it all. Okay, we got $94. So we're just going to go ahead and swap it. Now, in the swap itself, they're still going to give that one to you. It doesn't cost nothing. But you're about to see where it could cost money as soon as this thing comes off. I know you guys know how to do this, but if you're not familiar with Osmosis, you know what? Consider this a refresh or a lesson one. So... we're swapping the Osmo for the UST. The trade went through. We have the Osmo, and you can see right here now, as soon as that refreshes, that we'll have our Terra UST is going to be showing up. And there it is, $94.80. So we're going to go ahead and withdraw this, and we'll withdraw the max. I see no reason to leave it on there. And this is where they started turning on gas fees. So we could do it low for $0. We could pay a penny, or we could pay 2 pennies. I'm this kind of cheap bastard, so I'm going to withdraw this and not pay a thing. So we're pulling the money now off from Osmosis. We're sending it out to Terra on our Kepler wallet, and from there we can go ahead and manipulate this any way that we want. I was going to come over here to Sifchain, and I was going to basically buy a pool. I had a few dollars loose, so we looked at this one right here. See the Rowan wrapped file coin? This is clearly one of the new tokens that they added. So they continue to bring on a lot of new tokens, a lot of action, new investors, new people looking at it. I think it's a great idea. But the TVL on this one is $22. And you can see that my pool share on this one is 18%. So of that $22, $4.09 of it is mine. I just had some loose row and I threw it in as a giggle, and it's the lowest APR on Sifchain. I was gonna put $100 in here just to be cute, so I could say, look, 80% of the pool is mine. I am the Rowan wrapped Filecoin guy, so I can absolutely crush a pool anytime that I want to. I just wanted to keep that in my pocket, but I'm not gonna, not gonna do that, man. Okay, how much is slippage do you think that would be, Emery, if I put in $100 on a pool that has a TVL of $20?
Yeah, it would probably hurt you the most at the
Oh
moment.
yeah, it'll cost me $30 to put this thing in here, but the slippage would be incredible. But we were gonna do it as a giggle. But yeah, look, so what we were getting at on this particular one here is, yeah, Rowan will capture value. Sifchain will capture value constantly. It's going to be pouring back in here. It's giving out his reward. I mean, it's a well-designed system. So, and Osmo is not quite doing all of those things. However, when
it is kind of weird though, isn't it? Like you can use the Osmo bridge and you swap everything and not even touch Osmosis the token itself.
Yeah.
It's like going to a buffet, eating all the food, having fun with the waiters and waitresses, and just not leaving a tip. You know, it's
well, it's like going to Wendy's and getting it's like going to Wendy's and getting a Whopper. You know, they'll bring it in for you. Here, no, it's on us. Don't you guys worry about it. You know, we're happy to help. So yeah, I think that's a good metaphor for it. And what are they going to do in the future? I don't know, man. But again, I want to make sure I'm clear on this one, guys, and that you guys are really well aware of this. For the people who are, we're starting to get some Sifchain maxis, so I just want to make sure that you guys know that Osmo will start bridging Ethereum tokens. This is going to happen. I don't see what would stop it. So expect to see a little bit of competition in the space. The good thing, hopefully, is that they're going to be dealing with tokens that Sifchain is not dealing with. And in this case, more shrimp boats would be nice. Be better. Yeah. In this case, more shrimp boats would be better. But if they're dealing with the same tokens that Sifchain is dealing with, that's direct competition. All right, we just doubled the shrimp boats, and I'm going to keep using that. By the way, that was a funny comment, and I'm going to keep using that. So there you go, Belle. I can keep going forever, Belle. Do we got any questions?
We have a few questions, but I'm just gonna say, the shrimp boats comment is incredibly ironic, considering you're also talking to a guy who doesn't like shrimp or fish. So.
Emery doesn't. Emery doesn't eat shellfish. Yeah.
All right, so back to questions. Azardust Muhammad, your top 3 future projects.
Okay. You know what? It's Saturday night. Usually I won't do this, but I'll do it here. Look, guys, I haven't changed my opinion on anything. Nothing has changed my opinion. I don't care what the price of this is, and it's irrelevant right now. And I understand it's still going down. I don't care. It's going down because this did. So there's no big mystery here what went down. 560 is still my one of my just absolute happy places. And I get it, man, 90%. Because it's super fluid, so I get an extra 15 on top of that. I understand that 90% is not huge, but it really is. So long term, as long as the Osmo holds at least above where I was buying it, we're gonna be okay. I was up big, so it really doesn't matter on me on this one, but I still consider that huge. Rowan, right here, pool 629. That's my one. All right, I've been pouring all of my rewards into this, and the great thing about this one is that I've only put in $1,400 of my own money. All right, all the rest of this was my daily rewards, me pouring them into this. I don't cash these out. All right, when this thing lights up and every day, and I have an additional 8 or 9 Osmo sitting in there, I dump it in 629. I've just been pouring it in there because that APR is great. It is 2 good tokens, 2 tokens that I truly believe in, 2 native tokens. So if I get in 2 native tokens, I'm absolutely going to. And I will continue to pour rewards into this. Now, I'm not putting them all in there now, but I'm still going to put half of every reward I get on here is going to go in here. Now, the other is going to go straight in there to 629. Now, the other one that I've been spending more and more time on lately that I've been coming up, and this is one that Emery happens to like a lot as well, is Apollo. I love Terra, all right? Huge fan. And my breakdown on this versus my breakdown in my own personal wallet is a little bit different. But I'm a big fan of these, of Apollo. I like the projects. I like what they have going on in here. I like the APRs. I like getting Apollo as a reward as opposed to Osmo. I like all of that. So I've been slowly inching my way, taking half of my rewards have been coming out. Instead of going into 629, I've been coming over here. And honestly, man, look, if you're diligent, it doesn't take that long to build them up. This is great. Everything over here, my portfolio, and there's not a lot. There's $1,600. But I've put zero of my own dollars in here. Nothing. I have put not a single nickel. It's all been APRs. So everything, I can say I am up $1,629 over on these pools, man. It hasn't cost me anything. And yeah, and the opportunity costs are like non-existent for me because some of these APRs are so good. And I pull the rewards. I'm over here pulling Apollo. So I'm making I don't know, man, maybe one Apollo a day is pretty much what I'm getting over here from all of these things. So I like it. I like the project. I will continue to pour money in here because this also plays perfectly for me into my don't come strategy. And if you haven't seen us talk about it, look, man, I'm not proud of it. All right. I am not proud of the don't come strategy. I'm just illustrating that I'm not doing anything that everybody else out here can't do. And the reason that this one is getting more and more attention for me is specifically for that reason, for don't come. Because when you pair this with this little project right over here that is called White Whale Protocol, this is great. All right. This is also on Terra. Guess what you do here, guys? You put UST in. You deposit UST. We'll do it right now. If my wallet's hooked up. Hang on. Oh, I didn't make that transfer. Let me transfer, guys. Let me show you how this works. I want you to know these things. These are investments that I'm super comfortable making because it doesn't matter. In this particular one, it doesn't matter. So I have to push this to my Terra Station wallet, so I need that address. We're going to go right here to Kepler. Work with me here, guys. We're going to get there. We're going to come right over here to Terra, and we got $95 there. So I'll tell you what, we're going to send $90 to that wallet address, which happens to be, why don't we do UST? So we'll send $90 right there. We're going to pay a dime. That's how much it costs to move it. And we're going to send, and we're going to approve, and we're going to wait till that fills up. Now, if you're going to be manipulating Terra Wallet a lot, make sure you got some Luna in there because that is the fuel for this particular wallet. It's going to be Luna. So we pushed our money, and now it should be sitting right over here, happy as a clam, right here on Terra Station Wallet. And you can see that we got $95 there. So when you have that, you also see, because I'm hooked up on White Whale, and that's app.whitewhale.money, that I have it updates immediately. So if I hit that deposit button and say I want to put in $90 that I just poured off there, $90. It's going to cost me 8 cents to do it. I'm going to deposit UST. I'm going to come over to another screen that you guys can't see, and I'm going to go ahead and pay that 8 cents. And right now I'm putting this money into White Whale. Now, here is the nifty thing about this one. As soon as that transaction confirms, I don't even know if I have to refresh. I might have to. Protocol, sometimes they miss it out, but we just stuck it in. There we go, guys. Look at there. So we put $90 in, and now we got $97 sitting here. Now this $97 is earning 19.49% plus 0.69% for a little bit over 20%. And this auto compounds. This is UST. Guys, this will not change value. If everything in your crypto life is based on UST or based on the dollar, and that's what you peg your money to, this is going to be worth $1 6 months from now. It'll be worth $1 6 years from now. But I'm collecting 20% on it while I wait. So when things go bad, that market gets shaky. This thing goes from 39 down to 32. I was out long before that. And I will come to each and every one of these, and I will absolutely withdraw all of it as UST. I will hit the max. I'll get my $25 out. I will put all this stuff into my Terra wallet. I will walk right over here to White Whale Protocol, and I will deposit it. Now, at that point, I'm sorry, but I'm rooting against all of you. Everybody. I am rooting against the entire crypto market because my capital is safe. It is protected. It will be worth exactly what I have plus 20% depend over a period of a year. But I'm going to be earning money, literally earning money as the crypto market is crashing. So I want it to crash more. I want it to bury. I want that thing to go straight into the mountain because when it's time to buy back, I have all of my original capital, but I'm buying what I had before for 50% less. So that is don't come. I'm not proud of it. I am absolutely not proud of it. I'm just saying that this is a tool that investors have available to themselves. Now, what nobody ever tells you to do on YouTube, and I've noticed this more and more, is that nobody ever tells you to sell. They never come out and say, well, you should sell. This is bad. All you get are positive reinforcements. All you get are confirmation biases. You never actually see a whole lot of people coming out and saying, you need to sell and you need to do it right now. So I'm not telling you to sell. I'm not telling you to do anything. I'm just saying that if that time comes and you are heavy, heavy, heavy over here in Apollo and Terra, you have an option. That's all I'm saying. Emery, is this just mean, or am I just taking advantage of what's available to us? Come on. I see Bell's eyes are big. What? Did somebody doesn't like what I'm doing?
Oh, no. It's not that at all. Yeah, actually, I fully agree. And you know what? I really think it is a tool that's available to you, but that's just my opinion.
Okay. So, yeah, the projects that I'm into, because you asked, you saw my big LPs. I'm not leaving Osmosis. I absolutely love it. Sifchain, because, come on, Sifchain, it's doing good. There's a lot of opportunity there, and I think they're only going to get bigger. I'm not putting a price prediction on it. I'm saying you have to look at this over a period of 6 months. And Apollo, that's it. Those are my things, and I'm comfortable there. I don't need to go out any further. I'd love to get more into ADA. I'd love to go crashing into some of these. But you know what? When it's good, ride it. Everything doesn't have to be the next big thing. Sometimes you're just comfortable where you are. These are the ones you asked. These are the ones that I like. And yeah, if you want to see everything on the YouTube wallet, somebody asked me this last time. I don't even know if that thing updates. Let's find out. What specifically am I broken into? I'll show you right now. So this is 8board. I did a video on this. Nobody really watched it, but this is pretty much everything that I have in the YouTube wallet. Now, it doesn't show everything. There are still some things it doesn't show. It doesn't show Sifchain liquidity pools. It doesn't show those. And it doesn't poll really, really good sometimes. I mean, you get some misses all over the place, like Osmosis staking. So it's not hitting that one. I have a few $1,000s in Osmosis staking, but for some reason, it's just not polling it. It's not getting an answer from it. So this is not exactly dead on. Obviously, I'm missing about $2,500 from it, but it gives you a pretty good idea, and it will show you a breakdown of where you are and what you have. So you want to see my 3 big projects? There they are, right there on top. Sifchain, Terra, Osmosis. Those are my loves. I'm happy there. Bell, please carry on.
All right, David Dole, what's the white whale site again?
Oh, right here, man. Oh, I closed it out. Give me a second. Here you go. That would be White Whale. 1 second. App.whitewhale.money. See it right there? App.whitewhale.money. And David Dahl, I thought you were a fan of the channel, man, because I see your name up there and you see you leaving comments. I did a white whale video. I literally did a white whale video. You guys took a pass on that. It's because I wasn't passionate about when I was passionate enough when I was talking about it. Bell, please carry on.
All right, PK, what do you guys think about Prism Protocol and Spectrum? Spectrum offers higher APY than Apollo.
I think I went and took a look at it. Spectrum, look, I'm not knocking it. I think they're fine. It's similar enough to other things that I'm in that I'm not. I just don't want to move it. I mean, it's fine if you were up that, but or if you were saw that before you saw something else, I might be talking about Spectrum right now, but I didn't. So it's fine. It's just I'm spread out enough as it is. So
also keep in mind that Apollo isn't a unique Apollo's an aggregator, right? So almost everything you see on Apollo you can find elsewhere on the Terra Nullium protocol. What Apollo does is just bring all of those to one platform. So, like for example, the Mirror UST stuff, like all the stock derivatives, you can find that on Mirror Protocol itself, right? It's there. Apollo just brings it all into one platform. Like, so you can find UST Prism, you can find UST almost anything on Apollo. They're just bringing it here, right? And yeah, I don't doubt for 1 second that there's definitely the same pools with a higher percentage on the actual like protocol itself. That very well could be. Apollo is just an aggregator; it brings all of it to one place. That's all it is.
Yep. So I just showed you Mirror, and yeah, pretty much everything that you can get on Apollo, you can see on Mirror. I mean, it's yeah, they're kind of the same thing. I like the graphics of Apollo better. Literally, that's it. It's that shallow for me that I like the graphics and the ease of use of Apollo as opposed to Mirror, so I go with Apollo. Bell, please carry on.
All right, this next one comes from our resident caveman, Carnthus.
Oh God,
If
what?
if I rub two crypto coins together hard enough, will I get a baby coin?
Yes. The answer is yes. Bell, carry on.
Armando, Emery, do you have any Bitacora to keep track of our transactions? Also, wash sales applied on dexes?
Bitacora. I'm not familiar. Is that what that says?
Yes, Bitacora.
Okay. I'm not familiar with that, unfortunately. I'm sorry. Wash sales, Congress has not gotten around to, which I'm kind of surprised about. They said they were going to get to it by the end of last year, but it's not there yet. But
yeah, and we made a whole big thing about that, Emery. Remember that? We did like 2-3 live streams talking about wash sales, and you promised me they're not there, man.
It's been in the talks and papers all the time in Congress, but apparently it's just not here yet. So take advantage of it while it's not here. That's what I would say.
I literally got out of day trading because of the imminent wash sale legislation that was going to crush the life out of me, and they're still not here. So I'm literally eating opportunity cost because of this, Emery. I'm very disappointed in you, sir. I'm not. Come on, man. I
figured I'm saving you time either way.
You know what? It worked.
Day trading.
Nah, you know what? It all worked out. Bell, please carry on.
All right, Microman, trying to make sense of the proposals without nailing you to a choice. Any general advice on what makes a good bridge?
Ease of use. Are you talking about from a consumer standpoint or from a DEX standpoint? I guess refine the question. For me, what makes a good bridge is that it works. It works every time, and it's not terribly expensive. That's pretty much it for me. I use a lot of bridges. I literally have a wallet that does it for me right here, XDeFi. If you guys don't have the XDeFi wallet, pick up the XDeFi wallet. It costs nothing. Basically, we've made specific videos about different bridges that you need to use to get native from here to here to here, and to get it where you want it to be to make it usable. And XDeFi effectively takes care of all of that for us. I am surprised that this wallet is not showing up in more places or more videos about it or something like that, because it literally takes care of that for you at a reasonable cost. That's really it. So for me, what makes a good bridge? Usability, reliability, and cost. That's it. I don't think I'm unique in that. I'm pretty sure everybody's going to give about that same answer. Bell, please carry on.
All right, Jack Sparrow. Now that Emery is a jackal man, will he still keep up with the tax crypto changes as they happen?
Oh yeah, I still do taxes, man. That's never going away. I feel like once you dip a toe into the American tax system, you can't really step away very easily. So yeah, I'll still be doing taxes.
It's weird, dude. It's like a drug for you, isn't it? I mean, I know you still go to these conferences. You're not even doing taxes now. The season's over. All right, you're Jackal, you're lead economist, man. You are crypto, but you still tune in for those Zoom calls about weird tax stuff, don't you?
Well, because I'm licensed, I have to keep up what's called CPE, Continuum Professional Education. So if I don't do so many hours a year, I'm going to get a letter saying, hey, we noticed you haven't learned anything for the past year.
Therefore, you can't do taxes anymore.
So yeah, I still have to take all my classes. That's still a thing. So yeah, I'm still doing taxes. I just like the meticulous puzzles I get every year. It's not something I'll really step away from. So yep, still here.
Nice. Bell, please carry on.
All right. And your dad says hi, and that you need to put up a sign which states what time you start in each time zone.
Dad, I'm not going to help you on this one, Dad. Look, I get it. You're old, and you're retired, so time is kind of meaningless for you now. But we're on at 7 o'clock Central. We've always been on at 7 o'clock Central. And you know what? 6 months from now, if we're still here, we'll be on at 7 o'clock Central. I can't help you, Father. I mean, you got a smartphone, right? Just set a reminder. This isn't that tough. Belle, please carry on.
Now I'm wondering if I need to do to him what I do to Leanson and, type a reminder out and send it to him in chat.
I'll tell you what, for anybody who needs a reminder when the show's on, send Bella at the podcast. It's right here. Look, Bella at ThePodocast.com. Send her an email, and she'll start an email blast. How about that? Because she doesn't have enough to do, and I don't pay her. That's what's great about this is she does all this for free. So that's just let's pile more work onto her. That's hilarious. Belle, please carry on.
That was actually, that was the last one for the moment.
Okay. Well, guys, look, we're kind of coming to the end of this one tonight. I love Saturday nights. I don't know if you can tell. If it seems like my energy's down, I assure you it's not. We have so much stuff coming up, man. That's all it is. It's overwhelming a little bit how much stuff that we have coming up. And I'm sorry, I'm thinking just 3 months ahead. So if it seems like I'm out of it a little bit, it's because I'm actually talking 3 months from now. We got a lot coming up, man. There's so much good stuff that's going to be coming up during this. There's so many new things coming into crypto. I mean, the landscape's going to change in 6 months. What you see now is not what you're going to see in 6 months, man. Everything is changing. It's changing aggressively. So, I'm a big fan. Bear markets, man. We have been in one for a while now, 4 or 5 months, man. This thing has been just wild. It's been unpredictable. If you've managed to survive up till now, you're one of the 10% that have actually managed to weather this and actually be green during it. So I am, and if you've been following the channel for any length of time, odds are good that you are too. So I just want you to think about that, man, what you're actually doing now, how you're manipulating, how you're surviving, how you were literally maybe not thriving, but you're eating well in a bear market. And imagine what's going to happen when the brakes are off and this thing shoots off again. I can't promise you it's going to, but you know what? Crypto's kind of funny, and this thing will spike coming out of nowhere, man. Some big institution decides I want to buy, $80 billion worth of Bitcoin, and then whoosh, up it goes. So whatever you guys are doing, man, if you're doing it well. That I think that's the inspirational thing that I'm trying to do for tonight. Stay the course. That's just about it, man. Don't chase the lights. Stay the course, and just be smart with your money, and it's going to work out. All right, Emery, you get 30 seconds, sir.
Yeah, it's glad to be back on the podcast. I've unfortunately missed a few weeks, so I'll be here for the foreseeable future. So, and as to that last question, yep, still doing taxes. If you have any tax questions, please put them in the text channel on our Discord or ask during the live stream. But otherwise, I missed you guys. I missed being back here. Thanks again for having me, welcoming me back.
Oh, I got to do one more thing. I promised I was going to do this one. Look, guys, we're making a huge investment into this show. So I'm pouring about 30 grand into this. We're going to actually have a studio. We're going to have a big studio, chairs, full body. And if you think I'm animated now as a talking head, wait till you see me standing up. All right, because my arms flail about when I don't have to hold my head right here to a mic. I get kind of nuts. So this is what's coming up. So I want to say think Mad Money, but crypto. Think of that version, because we're gonna go just crazy with this. And the reason that I mention it is because we're trying to. This is all coming out of my pocket, so we're trying to make up a little bit of money for it. So we are minting a series of NFTs. If you look at the thumbnail that's on this video, now until I think May 19th, every thumbnail is going to be used once. It's our very own artist that has made these thumbnails. You can see they are not crypto related whatsoever. I'm a big fan of horror. I'm a big fan of classic horror. And she just asked, what do you like? I said, I like classic horror. And then boom, here's these thumbnails. So these are going to be used once. There's two versions of them. The one that I altered, that I put text on, and then there's the original. So these are going to be minted, and our very own MJ is the one that's going to be minting them, selling them off. So if you guys would like to help support the show more than you're doing now and want something that's kind of neat, it's a one-off, and there will only ever be one of them that exists that's tied to the podcast. These are the ones. More information about that is in the Podcast NFT channel. They're talking them up right there, and that's it. So please take a look at them if you like them. Bid, I guess we're just going to put it there. All right, Belle, talk us out of here.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as always, we do thank each and every one of you guys for joining us tonight on the live stream. Now, with that being said, if you guys have any comments, questions, concerns, definitely don't hesitate to drop any of the three of us or all three of us an email. Scott at ThePodcast.com, Emery at ThePodcast.com, or Bella at ThePodcast.com. And we will do our absolute best to get you an answer. Now, with that being said, we are going to be back on Thursday night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. We're going to have another fun, fantastic show for you guys. Again, we couldn't do this without you guys. We thank you for being here, and we will see you next time.
We are dropping new videos and podcasts every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. And be sure to look for us on Instagram, Twitter, and Parler at ThePodocasts. Also, visit our page at ThePodocasts.com, all one word, for all of our most current content.